Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another session of podcast. I wish and I'm sure you will enjoy listening to the broadcast.
Today, we talk about sleep. A human being approximately spends about one third of his day in sleep, different kinds of sleep. We'll talk about more about what sleep is and understand from Sir. But we spend a majority of our time, one third is a huge chunk of our time, sleeping. And sleep is something that everything else we need to go and eat, or we need to go and drink water or do something. Sleep is something, the only thing probably that captures us. It overcomes us because it's nature's way of telling you to shut down and to slow down. And of course, nature does brilliant things when we are sleeping. I'll leave Sir to explain to you all the wonderful aspects of sleep, why sleep is necessary, what really happens to our cells and our souls when we are sleeping. So, Sir, how can we define sleep, or what is sleep? I think we'll take it as basic as that to understand more about this.
Yeah, again, the word sleep came from a German origin word. S-L-E-P-A-S, sleepers.
Sleepers.
Or whatever. So, English is a very nice language. They have taken words from everywhere. So, sleep is an inbuilt system. There is no way out without sleep. Right. Sleep is the integral part of the design of the human living organism. In fact, rather, every living species in the world, including the plant kingdom, they sleep.
They sleep, right.
Everybody sleeps. You have to sleep. You have no choice.
And so why is sleep essential? I know it's not in our hands to do or not to do, it happens, but why is it so essential? Why is sleep so important?
See, there is a two different system inside. If you go through the modern science, whatever they've studied so far, is the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system.
Right.
So, sympathetic functions when you are awake. Parasympathetic takes over when you are sleeping. So, sleep, why it is required is sleeping time is the one lot of repairs and damage done. In the sense, every wear and tear it's a repair time.
Right.
It's a reproduction time. Your IGF-1 growth hormone
is also released only
produced. Yeah, that is called insulin-like growth factor. One, that's a growth hormone. That's produced, and after we live with regeneration and degeneration of the human cells, right?
Right.
So till 18, our regeneration is more and the degeneration is less. So we grow from 18 to 52, 55. It's matched. Regeneration and degeneration is matched. After 52 or 55, when we cross middle age, the regeneration becomes slightly lesser. The degeneration starts going more.
Higher.
As this balance widens up, you go to old age.
Old age.
And start shrinking and all that stuff. But then here, the reproduction of the human cells is required. You need, brain does not want you to, the human body do not want you to be in active stages. So they put you to sleep.
Okay. So, and what are the different stages of sleep?
They have divided like REM and NREM. All that I can explain you
Deep
that.
Sleep.
Yeah, rapid eye movement and non-rapid eye movement. And then again, non-rapid eye movement is also split to 3 stages and all that. What is rapid eye movement is your winking of your eye. It's the fastest reflex in your body. It's called the oculomotor system. Even when you fall to sleep, from awakening stage to the sleep, for a period of time, the winking of the eyes keep going when you're sleeping. That's called the REM sleep.
Right.
When you go to deep sleep, which is called the NREM, non-rapid eye movement, this is the last system to stop. Last reflex to stop, rather. So there is no winking of your eyes there. So that's called NREM, where you're very deep in your sleep. These are the two things. Then there are, they divide this, then the brain waves from alpha, beta, gamma, it go to delta waves.
Delta waves.
Yeah, delta waves and all that. That's what they very slow this thing. Your temperatures come down, your heartbeat comes down, your breathing comes down. Right. Everything is on the 50% to 60% only. Because body is not moving. Then in a deep sleep, your hands and legs, your muscular system is paralyzed.
Completely paralyzed.
Paralyzed, yeah.
Right. Every
Paralyzed.
muscle
Because
in fact is paralyzed.
it is an inbuilt embedded system of memory, a chip inside, like computer, which does all this action,
That's also
which is not under our control at all.
right.
It is again a sleep is something totally different, totally connected to the soul and its action.
Right.
It is, you remember one thing, you are functioned every second or every microsecond or even 1 billionth of a second by your soul, not by your body action.
Right.
The sleep is also again connected, how emotions are connected to the science of soul. The sleep is also connected to the science of soul. It knows when to put you down. Yeah.
So, and what happens to the brain and body when we are sleeping?
Sleep, see, they have done a lot of research on what exactly is this sleep is all about. One thing we can basically understand with our common sense is that the system is shut down. We are put to rest.
Right.
Physically, we are not moving. All sensory organs have shut down. You are delinked from the consciousness. Right?
Yeah.
You are not thinking of anything when you are sleeping. You don't know anything what's happening, right?
True.
Your thinking process, you don't get angry when you are sleeping. So your consciousness is also shut down. So there is some delink is happening there,
Okay.
which is very difficult to analyze and find out what exactly is happening inside. There is, like how every cell inside works with its own embedded system of memory. There's an embedded system of memory inside, puts you to sleep. But what exactly happens? How things are getting delinked, how things are getting disconnected, like your sensory organs are disconnected. You don't hear anything when you're in deep sleep.
True.
So where the dislink has gone? Is there recording going on in the brain when you're sleeping? We don't know.
Is there? We don't know. Okay.
We don't know. So it's not possible to go inside and find.
Actually,
Asleep
yeah.
is asleep.
What you said is so interesting. So we don't know at what stage it's getting disconnected,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But probably we do know that healing.
Okay. The science says that pineal gland in your
Pineal gland,
brain produces melatonin.
Melatonin.
And
in
they
the
say
sleeping.
for the pineal gland to produce melatonin, you need the darkness where you switch off your lights and go to sleep in the night. And what about the guys who sleep in the daytime? Why the pineal gland has produced melatonin? Now microbiome, we have done 2 videos on microbiome,
Yeah.
universe of microbiome, part 1 and part 2. Now the lactobacillus bacteria in the stomach, there are a number of species are there. One of the tribe of species there is also producing melatonin. If you say melatonin is the one which is going to shut down your delinking process and all that stuff, and that gets produced only in the night, okay, I understand one thing. The Monday to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's named towards each planet. Monday is the moon, Tuesday is Mars, Wednesday is Mercury, Thursday is Jupiter, Friday is Venus, Saturday is Saturn, Sunday is Sun. All these days, the human body is not the same. There are fluctuations. Now, sunrise to sunset, your targeted enzyme production starts. Sunset to sunrise, everything slows down.
Everything slows down.
Probably sunset has happened at 6:15 in the evening. You are going to sleep at 10:15 in the night. So 4 hours after, there are many things slows down inside. So the best way to do exercise is before 6:30 in the morning or after 5:30 in the evening. Not in between this
Not
period.
in between.
You are over exercising the targeted enzyme production. That's why when you do yoga, you are activated completely. When you do 1 hour yoga, you must be in savasana for 1 hour to bring back the activation to normalcy. You understand that?
Yeah.
You know about it.
Yeah.
So, sleep is also something which is decided by the system inside, not under your control.
So how much sleep does a person really need, irrespective of what time, etc.?
Again, like this learning, education, memory, and all this stuff, emotion, intelligence, all these stuffs, sleep also varies from person to person. Okay. There are some people, if they sleep 4 hours, they are fresh enough to do work for 18 hours. There are some people who sleep 6 to 8 hours, they feel that sleep is not enough for them. So, sleep is the one which brings back your energy levels. Okay, it stores energy. I'll tell you, when the maximum expenditure of your energy in all your action, where? In talking.
Thinking. Oh, talking. Yeah.
If you stay silent for 72 hours, enormous energy gets gathered up.
Like the Chinese say that you expend chi when you talk too much. True.
Yeah. So that's why if you see, there are a lot of guys who practices many things in the spiritual way of living and all that. They shut down speaking for a long
Silence.
period of time.
You're right.
They gather up all their energy, or they don't want to spend energy, which is only they know. So what happens in sleep? Body gets the energy together for your next episode of your day. Otherwise, you're going to become very tired.
Yeah.
One level of energy is glucose to the human cell for the human cell function. There is another energy there. That energy is through the magnetic vibrations.
Cosmic energy that you...
Yeah, magnetic vibrations inside. That energy also has to travel through the body. Like you do not need only the power to make your light glow. You need the shape of the light and so many other components to work together for it to glow, right?
Yeah.
So it's something like that.
Like the phone, you need the signal and you need the battery.
Battery also, something like that it is.
Right.
It is that there is some levels of energy is getting gathered up inside for your next day of functioning. That is why the sleep is required.
Okay, I get it. So when you don't sleep, that comes to the next question of, when you're deprived of sleep, how does this affect a person?
If you don't sleep, then, there are a lot of sleep disorders are there.
Right.
It becomes insomnia. So, if you are emotionally impacted, you can't sleep. Say, suppose a 42-year-old guy who's too attached to his mother and the mother dies. He can't sleep for 1 or 2 weeks.
Right.
Because it doesn't allow him to sleep at all. Because he's so bothered. Because his soul is, really running through the grief. It is not able to put the system to shut down. So what happens is you physically get deteriorated if you don't sleep. Sometimes without your knowledge you sleep off.
Right.
That's why emotions, if you take, it's all short-lived. The impact of the loss of the mother will be there for a period of time. Slowly as the time goes by, it starts diluting.
Right.
Maybe after 10 years, the impact of the day his mother died will not be there.
Will not be there.
Yeah. Yeah. That is how sleep is highly connected to emotions.
So is there a right time to sleep as well? You should not sleep in the day or beyond 9 o'clock. I mean,
this is a very good question, in the sense like when we were born as children, as small babies, you can study about this polyphasic sleep and monophasic sleep and all that. Polyphasic sleep is you keep on sleeping.
Right.
Like you get up as a small child, you drink milk and you go to sleep.
Go back to sleep now.
Then you may get up when you urinate, and once they clean you up and all that, you go back to sleep. Like that, you keep on sleeping. Slowly that gets streamlined. It reduces. Then we come to monophasic sleep. We get up in the morning, we do all our day-to-day function or whatever, come back in the evening and whatever, and the night we go to sleep. It's only in the night you have to sleep, not in the daytime.
Not in the daytime.
No, not in the daytime. What happens when you become old? There are a lot of things happen that maybe your mental conditions, your emotions, your financial situation, your importance in the family, which is getting all those kind of things, your worries and all that you find it difficult to sleep in the nights.
Yeah.
Because you feel all alone. Then your fear of death and all that stuff plays a lot of role. If you are neglected by your family, if you are not given proper food, so many things counts,
Yeah.
Then what happens? Body gets tired. In the daytime, here and there, they sleep off.
So it's never a proper sleep. It's just
10 o'clock or
bits of-
10:30, or nothing to do, you just doze off. Then again after your lunch, you doze off. In the evening, like in a bits and pieces, you sleep for 4-5 hours in the daytime. Then the cycle changes. Because you slept for a number of hours, that is the only number of hours you can sleep. Your night sleep will never be there at all.
I hear a lot of old people
the
saying
cycle is
that.
completely gone upside down.
They say that they feel sleepy in the day, but in the night they cannot sleep.
Yeah,
That's a very
that
common.
overturns. It's a very common stuff. If you know how to involve yourself in some work or the other, in some action or the other, and then keep yourself awake, make sure that you don't sleep, you will definitely sleep in the night.
Sleep in the night.
Yeah. Night is the time that you have to sleep. Night is the basic time you must sleep, not in the daytime at all. No.
So that I have one question, especially for the young people who spend a lot of time on their gadgets or on television or something like that in the night and then sleep. I've heard this consistently from so many parents saying that their children sleep very late in the night, 1 to 2:30 odd times, and then wake up very late in the morning. Or obviously you cannot get up too late, so you're reducing the amount of sleep that your body needs. So how would you see this, as a design that people are slowly changing the way they, especially the youth, the way they live?
I will tell you something. What that I have experienced, I have learned, I have rather realized. The human consciousness is one and the same. If you get up at 3:34 in the morning and you come out of your house, stand in the road, you will see a calmness. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
At 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning when you stand, that calmness will not be there. Why? Because all the consciousness is on. At 3:34 in the morning, all the consciousness is relinked and sleeping. That's where that calmness comes in.
Right.
If you see youngsters after the age of 15, 16, once they come close to adulthood, they don't like to sleep. Even if the electronics are not around. Because I have gone through that stage. I know what it is. I never used to sleep before 2:33 in the morning.
Okay.
Every day. I would love to listen to music. So many things. Whatever we are interested, we will be more interested to do those things after 9:30, 10 in the night. Because most of the consciousness are getting shut down. And some kind of a calmness starts prevailing in to the society, the people in which living in clusters. There you will be more interested. Your consciousness can concentrate more when most of the consciousness is sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah. Your consciousness is distorted when all the consciousness is awake.
So that's a very new take on why youngsters.
Every youngster would love to stay awake, whether they have electronics or not. And they feel hungry after 12:31
Oh, yes.
and they eat.
Yes. Yes, very much.
And then that gives them more energy. They wouldn't like to sleep.
They wouldn't like to sleep.
Yeah. Because you see, there is a security in the night for a human being. You know that? After 9:30, 10, there is no responsibility to you. The responsibility starts when the sunrise starts the next day.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, there is a freedom and a wisdom there that he wants to enjoy that. The next day comes, I have to get up, I have to take bath, I have to eat something, I have to pack up my food, I have to take my bag, I have to go to college or a school, I have to get into my bus or get into my cart or whatever, and then go there, study, come, all those things starts at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Now, till 7 o'clock in the morning, I have nothing. So the brain is enjoying a wisdom there. It does not want to shut itself down.
Okay. Okay.
I wish you understand, because I've gone through all these things in my life.
I actually I do, and I'm um, I'm sorry for having taken it. I mean, I'm not sorry to you, but probably to my children, and I understand this a little better now from a scientific point of view, and probably they are more productive.
Every
there as
human
well.
brain is the same.
Yeah.
The human brain by itself, or the human body by itself, or human consciousness, always wants a responsibility-free wisdom. That I do not want to get connected to anything. You understand?
Yeah.
But I am being forced or designed always to do something. If I can get myself free from that, I enjoy a particular freedom, which is a portion of a wisdom. That wisdom sets in after 9 in the evening, because people around me are not expecting anything from me after 9. They only want me to go to sleep.
Right.
That's all. They're not going to tell me to study. They're not going to tell me to eat. They're not going to tell me to wash my feet. They're not going to tell me to take bath. They're not going to tell me to put uniform. They're not going to tell me to put clothes. They're not bothered about me. Nothing is expected from me to the people around me, the elders or whatever.
Total freedom.
There I get start to enjoy my wisdom. As a 15-year-old boy or a girl, I knew that my parents or my siblings are not going to disturb me anymore. So 9 o'clock in the night, you cannot say the child, go to a shop and buy this and come. It's not required. So nothing is expected. So they don't want to sleep. They enjoy that wisdom, which I have experienced in my life. I have done that. And that is what happens in every individual.
Yeah, I've done it too, but always thought it was something wrong. But I get the positive side of it as well.
No, even after 12, 1, 2, you keep enjoying yourself. There is something I am enjoying.
You feel more alive, actually.
Yeah.
It comes to my final section of this talk. So are there any tips for good sleep or medicines that, because a lot of people today are plagued by insomnia, and it does trouble them, whether it's because of...
Yeah, there are a lot of sleep disorders. Snoring is the first one. Okay, sleep apnea, and so many sleeping disorders are there. And this is all sleeplessness or whatever you call it. Sleeping is one, again, is not under your control. They can only give you sedation. Sedation makes your nervous system numb.
Right.
You don't sleep. You are fainted.
It's not restful by any...
No. You are fainted. You are fainted condition.
Correct.
That's why when you come out of the faint in the morning, you take the whole day, you feel dull, because the nervous system is not coming back to full action. It is dull. It is not functioning to the fullest extent, because you made it numb for over a span of 7 hours or 8 hours or 10 hours or whatever you call it.
Such an important point. So the induced sleep is not sleep. It's not restful sleep.
No,
and
it's
not
fainting.
natural sleep.
Fainted. You're fainted.
Right.
Sleeping pills makes you faint, not sleep.
Not sleep.
And the over effect of it carries down till the next day full.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay? And then again, within 24 hours, you take another dose. Once you get used to it, you cannot sleep at all.
You cannot sleep.
You have to, you're addicted, dependent. And there are ancient systems, there are medicines, sleeping medicines are there. But they also cannot be practiced continuously. Exercise, bodily works, physical exertion makes you sleep very well. Because there is so much of dopamine is produced. You can go and study all that in the net. Whatever little that the modern science have studied so far. When you're physically very active, you will sleep well. But emotions are the weapon which doesn't make you sleep. However strong you are a field worker, doesn't allow you to sleep. Sleep is highly... you can understand one thing. the luxury to a mankind, the first luxury to mankind is sleep. You must have heard about this.
Yeah.
That is the most
Good sleep. Yeah.
rewarded, most identified luxury is, the first thing is sleep.
Yeah.
You may have everything in this world as a world's richest man, but you may not sleep.
True.
Yeah. You will be dying you will not enjoy all that richness accumulated, billions and billions of your properties and treasures and money, bank balance and all that. You will not enjoy any of that because you are longing for some sleep. Yeah.
True.
Because the human mind always longs for what it doesn't have. It will never enjoy what it has.
What it has. True. So, what do our ancient Tamil science, our ancients, what do they talk about sleep? I understand
Sleep is soul connected again. It is very clear. It is very clear. Those days, see, if you take, the life was so beautiful those days, because if you take the animals, if you take the birds, once the sunrise comes, there are night animals are there, night birds are there. Most of them are daytime animals and birds. They search for their food. They're physically very active. In the evening, they come back and rest.
Right.
They sleep.
They sleep.
So we were all involved in the ancient days with a lot of physical work of agriculture, so many things. Okay? So we come back and, they all eat very early. And then sleep.
Sleep.
Because there was no much of competition. We have now made our life very complicated with the very high economic base of life. That is what is, giving a lot of sleeping disorders these days. I don't think so that was there those days.
Right.
No. Because chemical pollution was not there those days. Access to good water was there. Access to good air to breathe was there.
Good food.
All these pollutions, our physiological stamina of our internal organs to work to proper conditions has deteriorated at the moment, which was not there in those days. We had a much simpler and a beautiful non-polluted life, which would have made them sleep very well.
Right.
And people have suffered from sleeping disorders ever since the humanity is there. Not that they don't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably based on their emotional
Exactly.
this session.
Thank you very much for spending your quality time. Thank you very much for your attention. I wish you enjoyed this session. See you later.